Hi everyone, in this how-to video we're going to learn how to do one of the hardest assignments in Planning 10. It's the e-portfolio, and we're going to learn in this one how to do setup, and we're going to learn how to do the module 1 portion of our e-portfolio. Okay, so by now you should be pretty close, if not completely done module 1. Congratulations, you're almost a third of the way there. But the last step in module 1 is the e-portfolio. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on this e-portfolio, and then oh my gosh, this huge big assignment comes up, this huge big page of reading, and it's a little bit overwhelming. But don't worry, the very first thing that I want you to do is to just click on the how to make your Mahara e-portfolio. So the number 1, that's all I want you to click on. Open the link in the new tab, and you're going to come to this other one is what is an e-portfolio. Now in your e-portfolio you're going to have 3 different sections. You're going to have the module 1, who am I, module 2, my journey, and module 3, my future. But for now we're just focusing on this module 1 e-portfolio. Now there's all these different resource pages on how to set up your e-portfolio, but what I want you to click on first is the your profile page. So just skip the multiple tabs page for now. So to begin, you're going to click the Mahara link on the right hand side of the course page, and a new window is going to open up, also known as the Mahara dashboard. So I've already done this, I've clicked on it, and this comes up. You should now be on your Mahara dashboard page, and it should look like this. You should see your name in the top corner here and right here, and if you don't, then you're not logged in, so you need to log in using your username as your first name, period, and your last name with no spaces in between, and then your password is the number password that you use to log into every computer in the district. So what the course wants us to do first, it wants us to go to our content page and go on to our profile. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put our first initial followed by our last name and the display name, so TLO in my case. And then you're just going to hit that Save Profile button. The next part of creating your e-portfolio is going to be the creating pages. So we're done with your profile, so you're just going to click over, and you're going to get to the creating pages tab. And how we create pages, we're going to go back to our Mahara profile, and we're going to go over to the portfolio tab on top here, and we're going to click on the pages button. From there, ignore everything on here and just hit the create page button. From here, we're going to title this page who am I with a question mark, and then we're going to ignore everything else and we're just going to hit save. From there, you're going to get this page where you have a whole bunch of different parts to the page. You're just going to hit done. That's all you're going to do. Now we're going to repeat these steps because we have two other modules that we need to do for our Mahara profile. So they're going to be 2 other pages. The first one is called My Journey, and then you're just going to hit save, and you're going to hit done. And then the next one is My Future, and you're going to hit save, and you're going to hit done. And we've set ourselves up for all 3 modules. Alright, we're moving right along. We're done the creating pages portion, so we just click over, and now we're on to creating a collection. So how we create a collection in Mahara, we go back to our Mahara page and we go to the collections tab. So from portfolios, go past pages and go to collections. Then we're going to hit new collection, and we're going to name it Planning 10 e-portfolio. So Planning 10 e-portfolio. And then you can do a little bit of a description. This is a collection of all 3 pages of my Planning 10 e-portfolio, or something along those lines. It shouldn't be the exact description that I give. So don't need to tag anything, and then we just hit next edit collection pages. It's doing its processing thing, and then we're going to select every single one of the 3 pages, my future, my journey, and who am I, and we're going to add those pages to the collection. And then we're just going to hit done. Alright, so we just finished creating that collection of our pages, and now we're going to start putting in content into our ePortfolio. So the first thing that we're going to learn is how to add text. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to our Mahara portfolio, and we're going to click on that collection that we just made, that Planning 10 ePortfolio. If you're not there, if you're at the dashboard, maybe you've gone away and come back to it, you just go over to portfolio and go to collections, right? And then that Planning 10 ePortfolio collection that we made. Now, it's on the My Future tab, but we're going to work on the Who Am I tab to start with because that's module 1. So we click on that, and we know we've clicked on it because it goes white as opposed to the green ones on the other one. And then we're going to go over here and we're going to click on Edit This Page. Now, we want to add a text box. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to click on text box, and we're going to drag and drop it onto the left-hand side. And it's going to load. You're going to get this text box configuration title. So the block title that we're going to do is we're going to do our name. So in my case, Mr. Lowe, and then the year you're doing this, so 2016. And then the block content, what you're going to do for now, it will change, but you're going to say, my name is Mr. Lowe, period. And then you're going to put, I am in grade 10, but or something along those lines. I'm going to put, I am teaching planning 10. So from there, you're going to go down to the bottom and you're going to hit save. So now we have a text box. So now we've added that text box, and the very next thing we're supposed to do is we're supposed to add an image. So we went from adding text over to our adding image, and we're slowly getting through this. And what it wants us to do is it wants us to add an image of ourselves. So we go back to our Mahara profile, and we should still be on this page. If you're not on this page, say you click done here, that's fine. Just go back to your portfolio, your collections, Planning 10 ePortfolio, go to the Who Am I, and then edit this page, and you're back. So now what we're going to do is we're going to drag over an image, and we're going to put it above that text box that we just put in there. And now this is going to come up. It's going to say block title image. We're going to put your name, and then we're going to find a file to upload. So you want to use your files, choose it from your computer, upload the file. I put one on my desktop. We're going to put this one of me up, and once it's uploaded, I'm just going to hit save file, and there it is. It shows up, which is awesome. So we just added that image, and now the next step in setting up your ePortfolio is adding external media. But realistically, you don't need to know how to do this until Module 2 and 3. So we're going to skip it for now, and I'm going to come back to this on the how-to videos for those modules. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go back to the actual assignment. And if you look through the assignment, we've actually completed a few things already. So we've set up our Mahara ePortfolio. After we've set it up, we've made the Who Am I page, and we've even uploaded our image. So great. So we're on number 2 of this assignment with description. So add a text box block into your Mahara page and write 5 to 10 sentences, including information about some of the following. Interests, strengths, weaknesses, likes, dislikes, leisure activities, friends, and lifestyle habits. So I go in here, and I'm actually going to put it in where it says, my name is Mr. Lowe, I'm teaching Planning 10, because we don't need this part. It's not part of the assignment. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to edit this page, and I'm going to configure Mr. Lowe 2016 block. And where it says my name is Mr. Lowe, I'm teaching Planning 10, I'm going to delete that. And I've already pre-made a paragraph about myself that I'm going to put in there. So I'm going to put that paragraph there. and it kind of hits everything. It says it hits everything with respect to the assignment. So you hit processing at the bottom, and then it's in there, and it's at least 5 to 10 sentences long. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sentences, 9 sentences long. So that's perfect. That's a great amount for that. And my portfolio is starting to look pretty good. Now the next part of my Module 1 ePortfolio will be a reflection. So what we're going to have to do with this reflection is we're going to have to add another text box on the Mahara page, and then we're going to think about these 5 questions that they're asking here. Is it important for schools to provide the opportunity for students to plan for their future both in and out of school? What roles does technology play in your learning in your future? What aspect of planning 10 are the most important to you? And what role do family and friends play in planning for your future? And how do you feel about planning for your future? And we're going to answer these in about 5 to 10 sentences. So each one of these need to be a minimum of 1 sentence long, and most of them should be at least 2 sentences long when you answer them. And you just kind of put them all together in one paragraph. So I've already done this in a paragraph right here. So this is my reflection. However, we got to put it in first. So I'm going to go back to wrong tab. I'm going to go back to my Mahara portfolio, and I'm going to add a text box. And I'm going to put it in the middle there because that seems a good place. I'm going to put my block title, I'm going to call it Reflection. Reflection. And in my block contents, I'm going to put that reflection that I've already made. So I've hit all of the questions, and I've actually answered them in order there, and I'm just cut and paste it in, and then I ignore everything else, and I just hit save. You could, if you wanted, you could upload another picture here to add to this, whatever suits your fancy. Remember, at the end of the day, it is your ePortfolio, so you can make it as fancy or as minimalistic as you want. So I hit processing, and then there's my reflection right there, and that's the second part of, or the third part of my ePortfolio. So part 4 of the Module 1 ePortfolio is the Healthy Living Mind Map, and we've actually already done this in a previous assignment, and all that we have to do is we have to add the image of it into the Mahara page and attach the mind map I recreated for assignment 1.2, which is already in image form, so it's great. So we go to the Who I Am, and we know how to add an image already, so we just drag the image over, and I'm going to put it at the top of this part. And I'm going to choose my file, and I'm going to go to my Planning 10 folder, and there's my new mind map right there. And I'm going to, once it's uploaded, I'm just going to hit that save file, and up it comes. And there's my mind map. And now, obviously, my mind map was an incomplete mind map because I didn't do the whole assignment, but yours will look much bigger and better. So the last part of the Module 1 ePortfolio is the My Value word cloud, and it's probably the most complicated part of the first Module 1 ePortfolio, but it's still fairly simple, so we should be able to do it. So the first thing that we're going to do is click on word cloud, and we're just going to open that up in a new tab. Very important that you open this one in a new tab. Now we have this really cool word cloud generator, and what we're going to do is we're going to highlight all of this text where it says paste your text below. So you can hit Control A to highlight it all and then hit delete, or you can just highlight it all yourself and delete it that way. Then what you need to do is you need to paste in or type in your 10 words. So I've already got a list of 10 words, and remember 10 words is the minimum. You can definitely do more. I've got my list of 10 words that are important to me, and what else does it say? It says at least 10 words that share your values and what is important to you. So these are 10 words that share my values and what are important to me. So if I just hit go, they're kind of pretty spread out, right? And it looks like the Doctor Who one is just one word. So I've got to change that, and that looks better. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit where it says scale. I'm just going to go to N. put the scale up a little bit more. And where it says number of words 250, well, I've only got 10 words, so I'm going to put 10. If you have 15 words, put 15 words. And then I'm going to hit go again, and it looks like they're closer together. So from there, and you can change the angles and things like that. Like if I want to do those angles, you can do that. So from there, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a snip of this. So I'm going to find my snipping tool, and I'm going to open up my snipping tool, which is right here, and I'm going to hit new, and I'm just going to take a snip of my word cloud, and I'm going to save that, and I'm going to save that under capture. I'm going to change that to word cloud, and I'm going to save it in my Planning 10 folder, word cloud. Now, if you're on a Linux, all that you have to do is hit that print screen button, and if you're on a Mac, you're on your own. You're going to have to figure out how to print your own screen on your Mac. So once I've finished this, once I've saved the picture, I'm going to go into the Who Am I mahara page that I've got, and I'm already editing this. And remember, if you're unable to get back here, maybe you've hit done. You just go to Portfolio, Collections, Planning 10 ePortfolio, the Who Am I tab, and then you hit Edit this page. So from there, I need to add an image of that, so I'm going to put it with my other image over here, and I'm going to call it Word Cloud. And then I'm going to choose the file I'm going to upload, and it should be in my Planning 10 under Word Cloud. There it is, and it's uploaded, and then I just hit save. And there's my word cloud. So that's it. That's all we have to do for the Module 1 Planning 10 ePortfolio. So now that you're done, you need to submit your ePortfolio. And this is probably the most complex submission of all of the submissions, and vast majority of students get this part wrong. So what you need to do is you need to actually scroll back up to set up your mahara ePortfolio by carefully following these instructions, and open that in a new tab again, because there's a part that we missed, and it says sharing your ePortfolio. Now here are instructions on how to share your ePortfolio, but it's actually a lot simpler than what they say here. So you just go to your ePortfolio, and this is my dashboard, and I go to Portfolio and Collections, and then my Planning 10 ePortfolio, and then I'm going to go to the Who Am I, right? This is my page. I'm just double checking to see that everything's there. My picture, my about me, my reflection, my image, and my word cloud. Perfect, it's all there. Now I'm going to go to the Portfolio tab again, and I'm going to go Shared by Me. Now that Shared by Me is important because we see the Planning 10 ePortfolio. This is my collection. And where it says secret URL, I'm going to hit the edit secret URL access, and I'm going to hit that new secret URL. Now I've already done that once, so I have two, but you should only really have one, and if you end up having two, just delete one. Now all that you need to do is copy that, so highlight it, hit Control-C, that's copy, or you could just right click and hit copy that way, Control-C. And then you're going to go back to your Planning 10 section and the assignment thing, and where it says Module 1 ePortfolio Submission, we're going to click that. And this gives the rubric, ePortfolio Setup, Image Description, Reflection, Mind Map. This is how it's all marked. Great, perfect. And submission status, you're going to hit Add Submission. And you're going to go down, and you're not going to put any files in, but you're going to put some online text in. And the only thing in the online text you're going to put in is that secret URL. I would check to make sure that your secret URL works by opening up an incognito window in your browser or something like that, or trying it on a different computer, perhaps sending to a friend first before you submit. It'll save you time from your teacher having to send it back to you saying that your link doesn't work. So I put it in there. I just hit Save Changes. Wait for my computer, and it says submitted for grading. So there wasn't even a are you sure you wanted to submit here, because you can make changes to the submission at any time. So there's edit submission, editing is allowed. So that's it. That's everything for the Module 1 e-portfolio. You've submitted it, and you can move on to Module 2.